TV stations have done a good job of distributing our content a lot of different ways. What we need now is to make sure that we can monetize our content on all the screens where we're reaching different viewers and different users. Whether it's on television, on an iPad, or an iPhone, it's still television being delivered digitally or broadcast-wise.
So what are the issues that you need to see solved?
Well, one of them should be that we'd like to have measurement change to impression-based, like most ad businesses are. Media everywhere except for local TV and local radio is measured in impressions, not in cost per points. In television, we tend to sell spots. In network television, they sell impressions across a bundle. And it would help us to sell all these platforms together if we got into that model. We have, over the last 5 or 6 years, moved approximately half of our people into developmental business. So we have really several sales channels. There is the transactional spot business where we're selling to ad agencies by market. We do some sports sales in a specialty group, and we also have business development units go out and sell and more as a consultative sale to ad agencies and clients. But one of the things we need to do is sell, whether it be programmatic or some other way, make it easier for our partners to transact business with us and let us be able to sell our material, the blacklist, whether you watch it on TV when it's first run or you watch it in a full episode player later on or on video on demand or any other way that we can insert it digitally. We want to be able to cum all those impressions and let the advertiser enjoy the benefits of all those different platforms.
So we're still in the early stages, it seems, on the monetization scheme in our industry. Almost the way the birth of the internet was 20 years ago, and there's an effort to get standards. Like, where do we stand now, and where should we be at NAB next year?
Well, I think it's moving in the right direction, but we don't want to make it so that we lose the idea of selling value. We are not a commodity. Our inventory is in really expensive but high quality video, and it's not worth the same CPM as maybe user generated content or some of the other long tail video products out there. So local broadcasters, because their engagement in their market, are the first line of contact that networks have and that advertisers can have with the local consumers in every single market.
Cool. And what about live linear programming on digital devices? Do the local stations do that? You know, TV Everywhere, is that an offering?
Yes, TV Everywhere is an offering. The adaptation is not that high at this point. And one of the problems you have is there's a lot of different ways. All the MVPDs have their own devices. The stations have their own. Networks have their own. So there is a lot of ways, but what we got to make sure is that no matter what platform a advertiser wants to reach people on, we can provide our content to their audience, and in a seamless fashion would be the right thing. Now we have measurement issues. We need ComScore or Rentrack or Nielsen or both or somebody else to provide real accurate measurement for those different platforms, because the day of just ratings of live viewing doesn't capture all the audience that we actually reach. We have the election year. We're seeing things like New York had a presidential money that we haven't seen in decades. California, and there's a lot of swing states we may not have been involved in, but other people have made a lot of money this year in the political arena. The Olympics obviously is huge. It's 18 days. If you're not on during the Olympics this summer, you shouldn't be on TV. And then in the fall, we have, besides the Sunday night football, now we have 5 more nights of NFL with half of the Thursday night package. So it's turning out to be a really good year for NBC Universal and Telemundo.
And finally, just going back to programmatic, we hear about programmatic. We've heard some, announcements from NBC. What does programmatic mean at NBC?
Well, there's a difference between programmatic with the network and programmatic with the stations. The network is already starting to do partial programmatic solution, marrying data and ratings together and having a different metric for advertisers to measure the effectiveness of their campaigns. Local's getting there. There's a lot of people who are starting to talk to us and speaking our language. There is no one solution, I'd say, is ready to go. And unless you have some scale, you could have all the stations in a particular market and a couple of the big holding companies using it, you're going to have a lot of piecemeal solutions. So that's the hardest part, is getting all the different trading partners together and working together. Everybody wants it, but we want to work it to the terms and the business conditions that work best for us.